Good evening, Hobby World. Thanks for joining us live tonight for episode 58 of Personal Rips and Hobby Chat. Joining me tonight, as always, is Ken from McBean's Ball Card Vlog, and I'm Herman, a.k.a. 3B Collections. We're here every Monday night at 8 p.m. to talk about our hobby and yours. Feel free to join into the chat. Well, we already got Jenny jumping in here. Good evening, Jenny.
Jeez.
Ian's
just barely made it, but I made it.
Just finishing up dinner.
Yeah.
We like I said, we all got to eat,
especially when you're my size.
Yeah. Never trust a skinny cook.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I smoked a brisket on New Year's Eve, I guess. Best one I've ever done. I mean,
really?
So tender, almost fell apart. Man, whew, yeah. So anyway, now my mind's wandering. My mind's wandering back to the brisket.
Yeah, that's. I've only ever tried one. I want to do another one. I just hadn't. I hadn't come off the cash for one yet.
Well, I will say that the one I had. Actually, surprisingly, I was a little concerned with how it would turn out. It had actually been in the freezer for more than a year.
Oh, really?
So I was a little concerned, obviously. I was like, well, but I had bought them. I buy them when they're on sale. I usually will buy two of them, usually do one then, and then usually freeze one. Yeah, this was a 13-pound brisket, and I think I paid like $23 for it.
A full
just like I said, I buy them when Kroger usually is running sales. Now, I probably bought those pre-COVID, and they haven't been doing quite the same amount of sales on meats since then. So it might be a while before we get anywhere close to that price again. But
if we ever do.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about it a little bit on Twitter. There were a few of us, and somebody was saying, yeah, like a full brisket was like, I think he was in the Carolinas, and he said it's like more than $100.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about 80 something here for a full brisket.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm in Texas too. I don't know.
Yeah, I do a lot of spare ribs and Boston butts.
Yeah, I do a lot of pork as well. I mean, like I said, I hadn't done a brisket in, I don't know, at least a year, if not more than 2 years, to be honest. Just because my stepson went away to school, so now full brisket, that's a lot for two people. Granted, you can freeze some of it, but all right.
I'll eat half myself.
It was funny. This one, yeah. I mean, it was 13 pounds, but man, as we were cutting into it and eating it, I was like, man, there's not as much here as I thought there would be. I don't remember if the other ones had been bigger before or what. But yeah, I did some things differently this time. I'm still learning a little bit more about how to keep the temperatures up. And then on top of that, I had read from directions to let it set for half an hour after you do it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a new website I use, just a pitmaster that I really like, and he said let it set 2 hours. So I think that probably had a little something to do with it too.
Yeah. Hey Mickey, let me know what you need on that 85 set. I've got a 3,200 count box full of 85s. And then some.
Oh, damn.
Shoot me a DM with your what you need on that set. So with that, what you been doing hobby related this week? Anything?
Not much, man. I had another 4-day weekend. I was off Thursday, obviously, through Sunday, and kind of really took a break until this morning when I got up and started packing up my eBay orders that I'd had since New Year's Eve. But yeah, I really didn't do that much. I lurked on Twitter a little bit more than I'm normally on there. Really just chilled, watched TV. When I did that brisket, I was up for 26 straight hours, 28 straight hours, I think. So it kind of messed with my sleep a little bit. I took a nap while it rested, and then I got back up. So it did kind of mess with my sleep pattern a little bit. And it's funny, I don't know if it's just because I'm a big dude or what, but man, after I spend that much time smoking something, well, I guess it's with all the up and the down and everything, man, I am wore out and I am sore for a day or two. Like I said, I don't know if it's just me, but getting up, getting down so many times to check everything, to get in, to move the charcoal around, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely just relaxed. Didn't do a whole lot with the cards.
I actually I debated for a while on the my Braves binders about doing some rearranging, and I got a little lofty with my goals when I first started the binders, and I was trying to get like every card and every set of, say, like tops. I was trying to get all the SPs and all the variations and all that, and I've kind of stepped back, and I think I'm going to just take the variations out of it,
or just focus on it, and then hopefully some variations will come to you.
Yeah, some of them are, especially like some of the Aaron variations. I've been looking for them for over a year now, and I've yet to see any, much less see a price on one. So it's kind of one of those things where I can rearrange and just say concentrate on the base and the SPs, because I mean those are the SPs are still technically part of the set. They're just short of printed or whatever, but.
I mean, there's nothing hurting you saying you want to get them. I mean, as long as it's not causing you to lose your mind. If you're a completionist and you have to have it complete, then I guess that's one thing. But like I said, there's a lot of things I want that I'm just like, whenever it comes along at the right price, I'm going to be patient. And whenever it comes along, it comes along.
Well, so that's the thing, because when I did it, I got a Tim Shepard actually sent me a copy of his checklist that he uses for his binders, and you can put the checklist for the card for the set, each set in there, by year, and it'll go ahead and assign each card a page and a spot in the page. Does that make sense?
I think, but
like I say, if you put every set from, we'll say I started in 66, so everything from 66 to 2021, I put all the checklists in there for every flagship set in order, in numerical order, just like so it automatically goes in 1966. The first card is page 1, spot 1 on the page, 1 through 9, and then it goes to page 2 all the way down, so that I can have a binder with the pages in it. And when I pull a 1976 card from the set, I go to the page or go to the checklist, mark it off. It tells me what page to put it on and what spot in the page to put it on, so that once I get them all, they're all where they're supposed to be. And it keeps you from going back and having to shuffle pages because you found a card that you didn't know that you needed or whatever. But so now that I'm getting down to completing a lot of the years, these variations that I thought I wanted, I've got blank spots, and it's just it kind of aggravates me.
And that's the thing, yeah. If it's aggravating for you or causing you, whatever, then maybe it's one thing to take them out. But it's just like I've said it on here 100 times. Your collection, your rules. You figure out how you want to go about it and what works best for you.
And what I have actually started doing, and I kind of kicked this around for the last year. So, like, for this year, this year and 2020, I didn't even include them in the checklist. So, it goes back to what, 2017, 18? No. When did they start doing variations? 16?
I had no idea.
Anyway, it goes back to that point up until 2019. And then I was like, I quit doing it because I was kind of seeing that I wasn't finding these variations, because some of them are what they call the super short print, super rare short print.
Those are the ones you've got to buy. You've got to buy as soon as they come out.
Yeah,
you got to allocate your money there, and then pass on some other stuff.
Very much. Jenny, the checklist. Yeah, I can. I'll send you a copy of it. I don't mind. It was shared with me. It's you'll just have to kind of rearrange it and make it your own. That's kind of what I had to do. So, but yeah, it's awesome because it'll tell you once you put all the sets in there, it tells you it tallies how many cards is in every set. So you got a total of 2,000 cards that you need, and as you mark them off, it deducts them off. It's got a section that tells you how many you need, and it's got a section that tells me how many I have, and the percentage I am from completion.
Yeah, this is just way over my head because, like I said, we all.
Well, if you did team sets, or if you did,
that's the thing.
It would interest you, but if you're not, then it wouldn't. So,
Jenny, maybe a player collection. Maybe player collection,
Player, yeah. Well, you could use it. I actually contemplated on doing it for my Freemans, but I have so many gaps that I'd have blank pages. I'd have more blank pages in there than I would pages that had a card in it, much less full. So,
and let's just call it what it is. I'm not that organized.
I try to be. I'm
goal is
first, but.
Between selling and all that kind of stuff and downsizing, maybe I'll get organized. I'm going to shoot for like 2025 to be organized.
Start getting organized with Fanatics making cards.
Yeah, I've actually, my wife and I were talking in the car yesterday or the day before. Yeah, I'm actually thinking, I put out a tweet asking people, I'm going to look for another shelving unit probably to just put right behind me, so that I can kind of separate. I have one in the middle bedroom, but that's more for my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not adjustable. I want to be able to adjust so that, I can have all the supplies on the bottom. And then a shelf up or two, it's like, stuff that needs to be sorted but hasn't been sorted yet. And then either at like a chair or an eye level, the stuff that I actually have listed on eBay right now, so that I can just go over, hit the box, know where it is and all that. But yeah, I'm trying to just continually get through more stuff, and hopefully that'll help me get organized. Because there's stuff that's in my personal collection that as time marches on, I'm going to realize, okay, I just really don't want this anymore. I have a whole lot, pretty much all of my vintage football I have kept. I've never put it in a box to sell, but 4 or 5 years from now, that'll probably change. Mostly because the vintage stuff is the stuff I want to look to sell last. I want to move the current stuff first. So, organization, downsizing. I'm going to call it Project 2025.
Jenny says her goal is to not have any cars left at her parents' house.
There you go.
I actually do have a tote at my parents' house that I've been wanting to go get. I actually thought about, and it's trust me, it's I guarantee you that it's going to be the poster child for 90s junk wax, including some Desert Storm stuff. So, and when I say Desert Storm, I don't mean the Desert Storm 91 tops. I mean the Desert Storm set. So, but I've been tempted to go down and get it and just throw a camera on it, open it up, and start going through it.
You know?
Somebody would like it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't have anything at parents anymore because shortly, it was just a couple months after I moved to Texas, I still had some stuff in my childhood home, but the house burned down. So everything that was there, my hand collated 87 tops, 87 Donner sets, stuff like that. My 86 top set, which was the first cards I ever had, all gone.
You know, I had the reverse problem. The only reason I still even had anything was because it was at my parents' house.
Mm.
So, I mean, which, like I said, it was obviously stuff that didn't mean anything to me because, you know, of all the stuff I took with me, that was what I left behind. So,
yeah, and that's the same thing. It was pretty minimal, but it was stuff that I never did anything with. But I also knew I wasn't going to have any desire to sell because it was from that first year I collected. So that's why I had kept it.
That's part of what got me back in it was my parents were kind of they were doing some remodeling, and I had one small box that I had left in my room when I moved out, and it was just, I mean, it was teenage junk. Let's put it that way. You know, it's just little knick-knack stuff that you accumulate or whatever, and you throw it in a drawer. And she gave me the box, and I went through it, which everything that was in that box I've thrown away before I even came home, except this.
That's that first Dale Murphy, right?
Yep, and that was in there, and it was actually pinned on a cork board before it got put in that box. So that card gets treated better now than it did when I got it.
Hey, you'll have that. Yeah, now that I think about it, probably what I lost more of than cards though was all of my old Beckett's, because I never got rid of my old Beckett's. Didn't matter how much I had dog-eared them, written in them, I had kept them all because someday I wanted to have them all. Well, didn't materialize, but
I had a full run from 88, 89 up through 80. It was, I can't remember what the first year I was. I didn't have the first one. I don't think I had the first four.
Didn't you go looking for the first one? Did you end up ever getting that? I can't remember. You still haven't got it yet?
I found a bunch of remakes and copies and stuff like that, but never found I did find one original, and I missed it on auction. So,
what was that? What do you recall what that went for?
It was over 100.
I'd love to get I'd love to ask Dr. Beckett what he thinks about that. I don't know if I'm gonna head up to the Dallas show this month. So he'll be up there. I mean, I could ask him if I remember, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be up there.
Magazines. So. I'm reading what Bo wrote. So all he had from his mom's house was magazines that she brought. She brought a huge box to him at Christmas, including those Maxim.
Oh, there were some of those in that. There were some of those in there too, no doubt.
Bo got me in trouble because I was looking at I think I had liked the post of one of the magazines that he had posted, and my wife's like, "You liking that? Why you like?"
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. I think if Jenny's still with us, I wanted to show this real quick. Since she had asked about it. This is that checklist. I don't know if it comes up or you can see it or what, but
yeah, I can see it.
So you can put your sets in, and then once you go in, like here at the bottom is you choose what sets you want to look at or choose from, and then you put the team set in or the complete set or whatever, and then over here it assigns it a page number and then a spot in the page, And like I said, you check them off as you get them, which this set here, this binder here is almost complete. They're all at sport lots. But when you go back and look at it, it tells you total number of cards you need for like the set or whatever you put in the binder. It tells you how many you have, how many you need, and then the percentage that you have. So, and like I said, you can put all, as many as you want in there. Pretty nice.
Speaking of Jenny, was she her last message in the chat? That it took me a lot not to bust out laughing while you were talking. Yeah, Bo, I did see that Mint Collective show was canceled. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what kind of people were going to that. I mean, I saw somebody talking about it. I can't remember who it was, but it's like to get into all that stuff is going to be like $1,000 package or something like that. It definitely wasn't for really any of us that are in this stream right now. Yeah, that cracked me up.
That's funny.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. What Mark did. Maybe I need to get like the first hockey and basketball ones or something that are cheaper, and get Dr. Beck to sign them for me. I do have one of his fan favorites, that fan favorite card that he had from Topps. I do have that signed that I got a year or so ago when I was at one of the hobby round tables. Yeah, it's geared toward those big money people. Those just aren't I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to it just because it's not anything that not really affects me. And in a lot of ways, I'm trying to kind of step back a little bit this year and just, it doesn't affect me. So I don't even care. Not even worried about it. I guess all that matters to me this year is the Dallas shows. And if I get to them.
Speaking of which, the next one's what, the 14th, 15th, and 16th?
Yeah, something like that. Whatever that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is.
So, and I know a lot of people in our hobby roundtable DM had said that they either had something else going on or was going to be at the show on the 15th and said the 22nd would be better. I know we usually try to do it on the third Saturday, but I mean, I'm good with pushing it back to get as many people in there as we can. So.
Yeah, I think I'll miss that next weekend because I think I'm going to watch wrestling with my buddy Gary. Watch some live wrestling.
So the 22nd is no good for you then?
Not for me, but that's okay. Everybody gets enough of me weekly anyway, so we're all good. But speaking of that, they won't get any of us next week. Are we going to go ahead and just make that official?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and make that call. We will not be live next Monday. Due to the national championship game. And that's all I'm going to say.
And he'll be the only one watching it that's in this chat right now.
Yeah, nobody else cares about that. So just know that I won't be here unless, things are going well and I have a few adult beverages. I may just click record and celebrate on YouTube.
So I was listening to this Steve Zabin podcast today, and it kind of summarized kind of how I feel about college football. And we've talked about this, but yeah, I mean, college football is pro football now.
Oh, yeah.
Players are free to go where they want. I don't like the NFL. I don't like pro football. So yeah, I just don't even. I don't know, man. If the next season is starting here in a couple of weeks, I don't know that I'd be watching even any Mountaineer football. I'm kind of over it. We've already had 4 guys go into the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So,
personally, I hate that. And it's.
I mean, football, it's professional. So I'm just kind of over it.
Bo asked, was that the Alabama game? I told him no, it was a Georgia game.
We'll let you know after the game whose game it was.
Right. So it's kind of it's kind of like the whole debate about the Georgia-Florida game, and Florida's like, no, it's the Florida-Georgia game.
Depends on
Depends on
who
what.
wins, I guess.
Well, no, it depends on what side of the state line you're on. So.
Yeah. All right. So no shows. No show Monday.
No show Monday, and we're moving the hobby roundtable to the 22nd. Hope that makes it more accessible to more people. And
2022 starting off with a bang.
Oh yeah, 2022. Speaking of which, I think I said last week that I kind of flopped on my hobby goals, with the exception of adding cards to the binder project, team set project, whatever you want to call it. I did manage to add quite a few cards to that. I didn't finish my 72 set like I wanted to. Got closer, but didn't finish it. So I actually added another 103. Was 103 cards to the flagship binder through Sport Lots the other night. So that puts me up over close to 400, I think, on Sport Lots. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger and get them sent here so that they don't just keep building up, and all of a sudden I've got way more than I want to sort through to put them up.
Have you gotten? I don't recall. Have you gotten a Sport Lots box before?
Never.
So it's not like they're all going to come all 400 in a 400 count box.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to make sure we had talked about that. I thought we had, but I did want to make sure. Yeah, you'll still be opening them a few at a time. So the good thing about that is if you want to open 2 or 3 one day, 2 or 3 the next day.
Oh no, we're hitting live and just going to go through them all at one time.
All right. I just wanted you to know they don't come quite like they do with COM-C, so you can do it a little differently. Yeah, I got to get.
Well, the thing is though, it still won't be, even with 400 cards, it won't be that bad as far as the number of packages, because I pretty much bought everything I bought through, I think, the 5 different orders I had from only 4 different sellers.
Fair enough.
So it'll be like 4 or 5 packages from one, maybe 3 or 4 from the other one, a couple from the other one, so it won't be like I've got 10 different packages from each order. So hopefully, I don't know. Jenny's trying to spoil my she's trying to spoil my recent pickups. Speaking of, do you have anything recent?
What did I get in? I got this in today. Yeah, my pickups have slowed down. I'm not getting as much lately, but I did get this. They were running those eBay bucks, so picked up. Yeah, I think this is the only thing. So this, just for my Frank Gatsky collection, it's just an old postcard signed. It says postcard. It's not even technically a postcard, I don't think. But it's got a little blurb about him on the back, and then it's PSA DNA certified. So I got that for $13. I just thought it was something a little different. I mean, Gatsky he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and he only has one mainstream card. The other stuff that's out there for him is like team issued sets that are, and he played in the 40s and 50s. So it's damn near impossible to find those things. And if you can, they're ridiculously priced. But yeah, the other thing I had gotten was I got another one of the Alec Manoa minis, but it's not, I don't see it sitting here. The Ginter mini refractors. I got the gold numbered out of 50. So I've got 3 out of the 4 that I'll potentially get, because I don't think I'll get the superfractor, because I'm not going to pay whatever stupid price a superfractor goes for if it ever shows up. And I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? There we go.
I got you. My fault.
All right.
Oh, but since we were talking about the binders and binder project, I actually did have one pickup that I purchased last week that came in today from Jimmy Miller, is she picked this up on her eBay. It's the 2017 Chipper Jones variation.
You say you got that from Jenny?
Yep, I bought it off her eBay. So that will actually complete the 2017 set with
Nice.
including the variations and the SPs. So
Very nice.
thanks, Jenny.
I did. I found it, but that's it's just the gold numbered out of 50. The only one I need is the orange out of 25. Not one of those has not even hit eBay. I really believe that with the price, I know that retail has become easier for people to find, but I still think that a lot of prices are so ridiculous that people are not opening boxes. I've not seen one of the Manoa orange refractors even listed on eBay. I haven't checked the solds in a few days, so maybe one got up and somebody bought it and snagged it real quickly. But I've not seen one of those for sale. I haven't seen a lot of the Manoa mosaic parallels out there. I just think it's because of stupid prices and people aren't buying and opening. But yeah, so I don't know.
Yep. Well, the other thing I picked up, and it's not card related, but it could still be considered hobby related since I've kind of started a project of it. But I picked up another autographed hockey mask from it's the Jason 2, the second Jason Friday the 13th. The funny thing about this is the Warrington Gillette that signed it never actually wore the mask. I don't know how many people that watch us actually watch the Friday the 13th series enough to know anything about it. But in the second episode was where they brought Jason in with the sack on his head. And
Was that a different actor, or is it the same actor?
Yeah, they had two actors play Jason in that particular movie. The first one was Steve Dash. He's the one that wore the sack on his head. But there's one part of the movie where the sack gets ripped off his head, and it actually reveals his face and deformed head and whatnot. And that was the Gillette, Williamson Gillette. He was the one that played that part. So
yeah, you're definitely speaking a language. I got nothing. I know you were speaking English, but
hey, it's just I grew up on that. That was like I want to say it was probably the first horror film I watched, and then I just kind of like went with it, and it became my favorite one. Like I'll watch them the complete series, all 12 of them, at least once a year.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. So for you, it's for me, it's probably like Back to the Future or The Karate Kid or something like that. So I get it. I just don't watch horror movies. I don't know anything about that stuff. So
Jenny says she don't watch anything remotely scary.
Yeah. I'm pretty much comedy only. I don't care.
He's the same. But Bo did admit that he liked Yellowstone this morning.
He did. I heard that. Yeah, I'm pretty much comedy and Hallmark Christmas movies, and that's about it. But now that Yellowstone, that was the season finale, hopefully that means it'll be on Peacock soon, so that I can finally get caught up on that. It takes a little bit longer. We watched Cobra Kai over the weekend and got the new season of that done. So only 360 more days until I get 10 more of them that I watch in 6 hours.
So Bo is a Friday the 13th fan. He does like Friday the 13th.
Oh, all right.
All right. Nice. So you watched Cobra Kai?
I did.
Okay. There's actually a dude in the last 2 episodes. He's an extra. He's not a main character or nothing, but he is all in episode 9. I went to school. His name is Chuck Cawthorn. I went to school with him, and actually, we took karate together when he was first starting out. Well, we were both first starting out, but he took it. I mean, he took it to just extreme, and he loved it. He fell in love with it, stuck with it. Now he actually has a karate school here locally, contemporary martial arts. And he does a little bit of all of it. I mean, he does karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, MMA. He actually has, like, I don't want to say they're not UFC quality fighters, but I mean, maybe like the next tier under that are in his, I guess you call it camp, but they are title holders. So,
But he did make it. You said he made it into episode 9. Like you see
oh yeah,
him?
he is. He, like I said, he's an extra. He's in the background. But he is Matt's side on several of the fights, and you can see him. And he is.
Oh, he's there during? Is it during the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. And I don't know. I told my wife, I'm like, I don't know if he just had that many parts that he was like in the background, or it's because we knew him and was picking him out. But it seemed like that he was in every
shot,
every background shot that they showed. Was like, we were like, there's Chuck again.
So he's like our age. So was he supposed to be one of the senseis? I take it.
I guess
of one of the other ones. Okay, very cool. That's pretty damn cool, though.
Yeah, he's 40. He's 49 or 40. No, I'm sorry, 48. He's a year younger than me. But yeah, he was all in it, and he said that it was all he could do because, he knew that Carrie Underwood was going to be like, so he was there for that, and he was like having to bite his tongue that she was actually there because they have to sign a non-disclosure or whatever it is,
so they can't talk about what's happening.
So first 2 episodes of Cobra Kai. Season 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand how anybody could only watch the first 2 episodes. How you could not binge that, I don't understand.
They're so short. Like you can binge, you can binge the whole season in like 5 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty much one sitting. Yeah, as opposed to talking about Yellowstone or something where it's 10 episodes. You can't. It's not really that feasible to watch Yellowstone in one day. Because you basically would be sitting there all day watching it. Because, it's 10 episodes, and most of them are an hour, and then the finale's 2 hours. So that's 11 hours of video time. That's why you do the shipments while you watch, Bo. Excuses.
I mean, he's packing up shipments right now listening to us.
First world problems. I sell so much that I have to pack all the time.
But now, granted, he can do YouTube videos and listen in the background, but Cobra Kai is something you actually got to watch.
Yeah, not really. But man, it sucks you got to wait another damn year for those.
Yeah.
It's like
season 5 is already wrapped.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they're not going to release it until New Year's 2023.
Probably so.
Ugh. Sucks,
probably
man.
So.
That's the problem with streaming stuff. I mean, everybody, it has its advantages, but
it may come out. It may come out before that. Because the season we just watched was supposed to come out last year.
No, they released a new one last year.
I thought they skipped it because of COVID.
No, I think they released it a little early. Like, I think they released it like in early December instead of at the New Year or something. No, I don't think they skipped a season. I'm pretty sure they didn't, but I could be wrong.
Here you go. Told you. He could just listen to us yahoos. He ain't got to watch us because we ain't nothing to look at.
Well, that's okay. The feeling's mutual when I listen to his replays, so it is what it is.
I do try to catch. I try to catch Buzz live because I like to jump in the chat. So
yeah, well, I like to sleep. He's got the damn thing at 7:00 in the morning.
Well, it's 8 for me. I'm at work.
I don't give a shit about what time it is for you. I'm talking about me.
I actually had to cut it off and go back and finish it at lunch today because we were in the middle of a job and I was kind of getting strange looks from looking at my phone and trying to talk. So, let's see. I had one other, and this is what Jenny was alluding to was, and I hope Ed is still with us, but I got a box in the mail the other day. Wasn't expecting anything, but it was from Ed, and he had picked me up a box of the Topps Holiday and sent it over. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna do a live rip on here probably tomorrow night when I get home. So,
well, just remember who loves Topps Holiday. If there's any you don't need,
who would that be?
That would be me. Eventually, I'm gonna get the last couple sets put together, but I haven't done a whole lot of. I saw some Sport Lots auctions where they were selling them, but they were selling like 25 at a time, and I'm like, I'm not paying $1 plus your like $7 shipping that you're charging for 25 cards. Shipping, what people charge for shipping on there is just stupid.
It is.
Or it's like I'm charging $5 for the first PSA graded card and $4 for every additional one.
And I agree with you. I do love the Topps Holiday set. I like the candy cane theme and all this, and then the SPs where they put like, what was it, last year or was it 2019 where they had like the candy cane bats? And
I mean, they've been doing it at least since 2019 because they did it then, and I know they did it. I actually won some Sport Lots auctions. Some guy was selling some football player lots. I won those, but he was also selling. He also had up for auction. He had some of the short prints from this year's holiday, so I went ahead and snagged those too. But yeah, I got some player lots that I got in, and the day that I got them in, I got them up on eBay, turned them into my now famous 8-card player lots.
Mm-hmm.
But actually have some current football up there.
So I've got Dan and George that jumped in with us. Glad y'all can make it. George, you getting any snow today? We went from 75 3 days ago to getting up this morning in the 40s.
Yeah, it was similar here.
And
actually, I want to say it was yesterday, or maybe it was on the first. It might have been on New Year's Day. It actually, I think, got as low as about 18 around here. If we'd had precipitation, we would have had snow, but did not. It was, I think, it got down into the 40s today.
Yeah, it was crazy because it was it Saturday night? Yeah, it was New Year's Day night. I walked outside at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it was just eerie because there was a breeze blowing, and it was like a summer breeze. I'm like, really? On January 1st, and we walked. I could have walked outside with shorts on and been comfortable. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's how it was on. Like I said, that's how it was on New Year's Eve when I was up doing the, doing the brisket and all. Yeah, I mean, I had shorts and a long sleeve shirt on.
Yeah.
The whole time, but then the next day that cold front came in and it hit us hard. It's definitely the coldest it'd been since last winter.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, Thanksgiving, I mean, it was like 75 outside. Christmas, it was still like 60 something outside.
And Jenny, I ain't. Trust me, I'm not happy with it. It's it's January, December, January. It's supposed to be cold. I want it to be cold. I love the cold weather. I prefer not negative 32, but I want cold weather. That I prefer it over summertime anytime.
I've definitely noticed after more than 7 years down here, my cold tolerance has definitely not what it once was, though. I used to love when I was in the north, and it was like 30 or 40 degrees. I'm like, yeah, this is shorts and hoodie weather. Now shorts and hoodie weather's like 60, and if it's like below 50, I don't want to go outside.
Now I do notice, and I've heard people say this before, and I thought it was the stupidest thing ever, but I believe it now. But 2 years ago, I was at like 250 weight wise, and me and my wife, that next January we went on the keto diet, and in 3 months I dropped 45 pounds or 40 pounds. I got down to 205, in which that's still, I mean, that's not skinny, but it's a lot less fat that I was carrying around. And I noticed that, I got a lot colder quicker the next winter. And I was like, crazy.
That might be it too. Yeah, I'm at like one of my lowest adult weights right now, which is kind of sad to believe. But yeah, when I a few years ago, I guess it probably would have been around 2012, I lost 45 pounds in like 3 months. But I started it in November. So you talk about come Christmas and January, you talk about being cold. I lost all of it right during the coldest, right going into the coldest part of the year.
Well, yeah,
I didn't thaw out for 2 months.
We did start in January, so I was at my lowest at first of spring. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, you say that, but like you're not sure it's right. But yeah, no, that's absolutely. I can attest to that. I mean, even right now, I got socks and house shoes on right now as we talk, and I got feet sickles going on, and it's in the 50s here. I just don't handle it.
So, Dan, you're still buying Brian McCann cards? Same here, Bo. But see, Bo bicycles now to get his beer, so in the summertime.
In the summer, yeah. But yeah, I need it's already getting a little cold. I'm kind of already ready for March to be here, so it can get back up into stay in the 60s. Although I think it's supposed to be into the 60s later this week. That's a nice, comfortable temperature.
It is, but to me, still though, I just want I want some cold weather. When it's supposed to be cold, I want it to be cold. It seems like we haven't had a winter here in 3 years, and it just makes the summers that much more miserable when they come. So
we had all the winter we could handle last February, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, y'all had the blizzard of 01.
All right, what else we got to talk about? You got anything else on the agenda?
Oh no, I mean I kind of touched on earlier about the about goals for the year, but I had kind of went the way of George on hobby goals this year. Is my goal is not to set any goals, with the exception of just trying to stay more focused on what I have going on right now instead of jumping around or being like Bo says, walking through the park and hey, it's a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, my main goal for the year is just going to be to get what I do have to where I know where it's at. And I'm trying to make this area here a better place to hang out versus when I walk in feeling like I got a ton of stuff to do.
And then, yeah, I just want to downsize. I want to sell. I'm going to have to go find me a tax accountant to figure out all this eBay crap. And because, I'm lost. I don't understand all this stuff. How much do I need to hold back? Things like that. Do I want to? Am I smarter to start a LLC? Or am I better to just not? I'm at a complete loss. So, Yeah, that'll be trying to get that set up because I mean I don't want to be a long-term eBay seller. I want to get through get through a lot of the excess that I have, and then I'll still buy stuff every once in a while when I find some good deals to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still doing that. But in general, I'm not buying to resell. I mentioned I had bought those boxes off Rich, and I've done really well with those. So, those kind of opportunities come along. I definitely want to take them, but I'm not actively out like always searching for inventory. I've got enough stuff to sell on my own and need to get organized and that kind of, yeah. And 30% is kind of where I was thinking too. Yeah. Yeah, my goals really are less hobby related and they're more, personal related. I want to downsize our entire lives, get rid of a lot of stuff that, I've just been holding on. If I haven't needed it in the last 5 years, I don't need it. I just need to get rid of it. But my way of getting rid of a lot of that is collectible stuff or clothing or something like that, and I can sell that on eBay. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? They're kind of intertwined on.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Bo, but the only real advantage to LLC versus sole proprietorship is if something happens and you get sued, or if, just say, the federal government comes after you, they can't come after your personal property if you have an LLC. Only your business part.
Actually, now that you say that, that sounds right. And I don't think anybody's going to be suing me for anything. So,
well, it's not that they're suing, that somebody would be like, I would be suing you, but just say you get audited, and
gotcha.
here comes the federal government wanting their money for, you messed up a tax return or something somewhere down the road, and you didn't claim $4,000 here or whatever. They can't come after your personal property. They can only come after your business property.
Gotcha. Still, I think I'm low key enough that even if there was an error, it shouldn't be that bad of an, you know what I mean? I'm not over here dealing in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So even if there is a small error.
So based on what Bo said, yeah, you just sole proprietorship's all you need. And that's all I have. So, but now I've had mine. I've had mine for, let's see, I'm 49 now. I've had mine since I was about 26. But that was from another business that I had started, an actual business that I had started back then. So.
Yeah, and I know that, there's, but if it's not an LLC, can you claim business expense? I don't know how all that works. You're only supposed to have to pay taxes on the profits. Well, a lot of this stuff, I don't know what I paid for. I bought it for myself, so I just don't know how all of that works. So I'm going to need to find me somebody that, there's a relatively big YouTuber that's in the financial realm that is in my area. And I'm going to actually shoot him a message and just say, hey, is there somebody that, just because you're at least in the financial area, is there somebody that would be good with this, that you can recommend, that I can talk to, just those kind of things. That's where I'm going to go, but I want to get started on that, sooner than later.
Did you see this from Mickey? Said a Facebook Marketplace ad for 2 million cards, mostly commons, for $7,000. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of money, but that's a lot of cards too. I guess it depends on what you can do with them. But let's be honest, if you want to become a huge sport lot seller, that's a good price. If the stuff is there. I mean, obviously, if you're dealing with a bunch of 1988, you got 25 boxes of 1988 Donruss, it's probably not going to help you out very much. But no, I had not seen that. But yeah, so that's one of the other things I'm going to have to do since I'm selling on there again.
Yeah, and mostly commons. That would be the only real looks you'd get would be from like set builders.
Yeah. So again, sport lots or something like that, or maybe they try team lots on eBay.
Maybe.
At some point, that's probably what I'll end up doing. Is after I get through player lots and a lot of that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Bo talking about how many like 80s, 80s and 90s, well, even football and baseball. He said commons, but yeah, stars, commons, stuff like that. I still think, and I had mentioned this to Bo, a lot of my player lots that I'm selling, specifically those basketball that are like late 80s, junk wax through the mid 90s. They're coming from people with pretty low feedback. A lot of them are under 100 feedback. So I think it's still a lot of those people that are just getting back into it that, so they're wanting to collect all that stuff. So the stuff that, we find is junk because we've been in the hobby for the last 30 years, it's not junk to them. And I still think that even though prices are dropping, it still seems like there's a lot of I sold to somebody literally the other day that had zero feedback. So, there's still a lot of new people coming in. So, they're moving. Yeah, I don't know, Jenny. I don't know what I'm doing that, you and Bo aren't. I looked at the ones Bo did, and I thought they were, they're kind of that right price. But also, I will say that it's not like I list those things and they sell within a day. I sold a Scottie Pippen one today. And funny thing on this one is I put in the description, poor condition. These were poor condition cards. They've got snowing. They've got dinged corners. Sold it for $1.97. Still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but a lot of them that sell, they're not selling instantly. I did actually sell a card today within about 5 minutes of listing it, which I was shocked. It's by far the fastest I've sold one. It was a single. It wasn't a player lot. But yeah, the player lots take time, and then, like I said, they don't move instantly, but I'm not 100% worried about necessarily, I list X amount and I need to sell that many of them tomorrow. I'm just trying to build up the store. So hopefully down the road, people will be buying 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a few of those. Not as many as I would like. But I've also had ones where I had another one the other day, buy 3 different lots and pay for them all separately. So I got dinged with that 30-cent transaction fee 3 times.
And then they want a discount on shipping.
They didn't get no discount. No, they didn't get anything. Because I do free shipping now. So it was on ones. I've slowly worked to get some of the old ones over to free shipping. But all my new stuff I'm listing with free shipping and just baking that into my price.
Right.
I've had one person in Georgia that has bought 4 different lots off of me at 4 different, completely different times. One was a Reggie Miller. One was Moses Malone. Can't remember who the last one was. I just packed up another one for them today. And then I had somebody the person that bought the Pippen lot this evening. I literally just shipped something out to them this morning. I'm not selling as much as Bo, so I can remember the names a little bit easier. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the thing with the lots, like I said, is they're not going to sell necessarily as quickly. But for me, like I said, the goal is I get that average transaction up as opposed to if I tried to list each one of those cards for $1. Yeah, I had a similar instance with that, Jenny. I had one guy. He paid for 2 items, and then he paid for a third one separately, and it took the 15% off. It's only happened once, so I didn't lose my mind separately, or I didn't lose my mind on it. But yeah, I don't understand why they got that discount. But yeah, they're coming up as separate orders, so I don't know. But nobody cares about my eBay selling first world problems.
Oh, let's see. What? There's something I was thinking. I forgot it.
I guess for me, though, I guess my eBay first world selling problems, that's about all I'm doing with cards anymore. So I guess it's all I've got to talk about because I don't really care about this whole Wander key card contract.
It does kind of suck, though, because I say it does, but maybe it doesn't because wasn't he slotted to come out in Series 1 this year?
I don't know.
And if so, with Beckett claiming that they're going to deem the card that just came out as his rookie and not the 2022 card, then maybe the prices of the boxes will drop.
But I mean, all I ever hear is Beckett's irrelevant anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times a day do you see that on Twitter?
Yeah.
I'll say I agree with it. I'm just saying that I see it.
Well, if you don't believe it, try to sell a card at Beckett price.
Well, then why does it matter? Then why does it matter what they say about whether it's a rookie or not?
I'm still trying to figure out how. And don't get me wrong, I love Beckett back when Beckett was Beckett, but like you said, now they should. Nobody buys it for the price guide like they did in the 90s. Honestly,
you can't say nobody because there are people.
Well, yeah, somebody probably is, but it's more. It's more about
you see that quite often. You get people bitching that people are talking about Beckett price. So there are people using Beckett price, right, wrong, or indifferent. And I know that when I was doing a lot of trading on message boards, oh boy, I'm dating myself. So you're talking 10 years ago. I didn't buy and sell by Beckett price, but I did trade by Beckett book because of the consistency aspect of it.
Yeah, but like I said, for the most part, Beckett their articles are great. You know, there's some real good articles in there.
So you just read it for the articles.
Just read it for the articles. That's what I tell her all the time.
Just like your Maxim.
But yeah, I've never read an article in Maxim. I'm sorry. But how do they get to decide what's a rookie card?
They have their definition. I mean, who says that whatever else says it's... I mean, I see so many times there's a guy on Twitter, a wrestling guy that's like, oh, well, by the definition, this is his rookie card, but that's bullshit. Well, what makes that guy any more whatever, whatever? Everybody's going to have their own definition.
Yeah.
So it's your collection. You determine what you think is the rookie. And I'm sorry, but if you're not a flip vester, then it shouldn't really matter what is the widely accepted. You collect what you want to collect. But like I said, what makes this guy, just because he says, oh, well, they're saying, what makes his opinion more valid than Beckett's? No differently than you said, what makes Beckett's?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an opinion either way.
I don't either, but but you know me, I'm over here playing devil's advocate.
I can't be wrong because I don't have an opinion.
Well, I'm not wrong either because I don't care. I'm not a rookie card collector, and then I love all the things, and it was in one of our chats where it's like people say, oh, well, it has to have the rookie card shield to be a rookie card, so there ain't no Mickey Mantle rookie cards. There ain't no Hank Aaron rookie cards. There's no Chipper Jones rookie cards.
No.
Oh, no Dale Murphy rookie card. He had 2 rookie cards, actually.
Yeah, I'm still trying.
Because it said rookie on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the McGuire controversy.
This is part of my, I will say one of my other hobby resolutions was to be on YouTube and Twitter a lot less this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the kind of example of why.
Yeah.
Who cares at the end of the day? The flip vesters are the ones that care because they're trying to make money off of the rookies. Other than that, Herman, if you want to collect Wander Franco, then you pick what you think is his rookie card. It's what that card means to you.
I was going to say, I heard somebody say it this weekend, and I couldn't agree more. It doesn't matter what Beckett says. It doesn't matter what whoever says. People are going to decide with their wallet which one is the rookie, which one they deem the rookie.
In general, I agree. My question is, do people, because there's always the argument over like the 51 versus the 51 bone 52. I don't think I've heard people call the 52 mantle a rookie. It's just the 52 mantle. Now they used to say that, I feel like, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm done. I'm tapping out on this.
We said we weren't going to get into this.
Well, I lied. So sue my LLC.
Well, just our opinion on the rookie card is we don't have an opinion. So
hey, you know what they say about opinions, right?
Right. You're wrong.
No, mine's usually right.
That's one person that says that. I'm sorry. We're not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, I just it is what it is, and I feel like as a collector, you collect what you want. If you're a Wander Franco collector and you consider this his rookie card, then stock up on this one. Mm-hmm. If you think it's the 2022 Series 1 flagship card that he's bound to have, then collect that one.
Yeah. If
you're a collector and you're a fan, you're probably going to buy both anyway. That's just what it is. So why does it matter what's going to be worth more when his career's over? To be honest, they're probably going to both be, 25-cent cards. Prospecting. But, like I said, to each their own. But I get tired of everybody telling everyone that everyone else is wrong. But I used to be that guy that used to argue. So I have to I take what I say with a grain of salt. But I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler being this year.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna cut it off here. We've had
you cannot cut me. You cannot cut me off.
We've had our hour and then some.
You cannot.
I didn't do it. But like I said, we won't be here next week. Then we will be back the next Monday, and Roundtable has been moved to the 22nd. If you can make it, if you're in our DMs, feel free to join. Jenny, you're welcome if you want to join. Other than that, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Have a great couple weeks, y'all. Thanks for joining.
See you later.